Hello everybody, SuperTim101 here with another build review. This series goes over my favorite mechs with my favorite builds, whether they are considered meta or not. And today is the Marauder Bounty Hunter II. So my last video was the Timberwolf Bounty Hunter, which is what the Bounty Hunter character sort of salvaged or acquired much later in his career. This is the mech that he used earlier in his career when he had fights with people like Natasha Kerensky. And then the Timberwolf happened, of course, after the clan invasion. And again, the Bounty Hunter was sort of this Dread Pirate Roberts character insofar as it wasn't just one person, but it's sort of a mysterious figure, kind of like Robin Hood at first, that would defeat bad guys and take them in for bounties and things like that. And then afterward, that mantle got passed on to someone else, and until finally the bounty hunter became more of just sort of a money seeker, and didn't matter who they were hunting, they would get their man every time and get the money regardless. And in that persona, that person took on the likes of K. Allard Leo, was able to kidnap or capture him. So this mech is the hero mech for the Marauders, and the Marauder itself is one of my favorite mechs. Again, that goes back to Mechwarrior 2, and before I could get the Executioner, I often played the Marauder because it looked cool. It had a lot of space for particle cannons, PPCs, and I just liked it. But this is the hero mech in this game. It's a nice shiny green color. You can see the Seabill icons on it here for the Bounty Hunter. It's one of his signature sort of symbols, is the Seabill symbol. So why don't we head over to the store and look at the quirks of the mech. See kind of if we were building around it, what we might do. So it's got this flat range bonus, which is really nice. That has a inner sphere medium laser range bonus, so brings the total for medium lasers to 15%. And then it's got inner sphere ER PPC heat scale limit. We will not be using that today, but if you do want to build around that, you can run a Gauss rifle and 2 or 3 ER PPCs. I think it gets you. Yeah, so that gets you no heat, no ghost heat when you fire more than 3 ER PPCs plus a Gauss rifle, so you can fire 3 altogether, a Gauss rifle and 2 ER PPCs, right? Hopefully that made sense, right? And then you'll notice, along with all of the Marauders, this mech gets a bunch of structure quirks. It is super structure taking, which is actually really nice, and you'll see that in the build that I run. But this, yeah, so with that said, why don't we jump into the mech lab, and I can show you what I'm actually running on it. Starting with the Light 300, that gets you to 64.8 kph, which honestly feels a little bit slow, but that's pretty average, pretty normal for an inner sphere heavy mech, especially a 75-ton inner sphere heavy. And then I run 7, that's right, 7 medium lasers. And that is because even with the little bit of ghost heat from the 7th, so right here you'll see, when firing more than 6 medium lasers will result in a heat spike. So that's okay. You can eat the ghost heat for a long time, even with that 7th medium laser. So, and once you start getting to those spots, you can fire left and right and not do everything. I also fit a nice AC-20 right here in the right torso. The right torso gets a lot of armor buff actually as well, so you can see 80 armor on that as opposed to 70 armor on your left torso. I run 4 tons of ammo with ammo quirks, that brings it up to 40 shots. And then I run 1 AMS with a half ton. Would have liked maybe to fit another half ton in there somewhere, but I constantly run out of AMS ammo. But it is what it is. I'm just going to stick with the half ton now. And then the 1 jump jet, and that really helps with some baseline mobility, kind of doing the pirouette move where you jump up, move your legs and then fall back down, so you can quickly turn. It helps you turn quicker than you would if you just sort of were turning without the jump jets. It also helps getting over some slight obstacles, some ramps and things like that. And I also run 7 external heat sinks. That includes the 5 in the mech and then 2 in the engine, for a heat management of 1.36, which is actually pretty reasonable. It can be toasty with the AC-20 and the ghost heat from the medium lasers, but you can fire quite a bit and still not hit your overheat in the middle of a fight. So that's pretty good. Again, the range quirk gives you nice range on the medium lasers. It has a base of 270, but with both the quirk and the skills, it gets you up to plus 62, so well over 300 on the base range of the medium lasers. And then same thing for the AC-20. It doesn't have the medium extra 5%, so you don't have quite as much range as the AC-20, but they line up pretty good. With that said, let's jump into the skills. You can see what I'm talking about here. So I went down the right side of the firepower tree, picked up both of the magazine capacities, which again gets you to 40 shots on your AC-20, but I'm not sure I need that second one, especially for quick play. So if I were to take a node out, it might be the magazine capacity or potentially a cooldown node. And I'll show you why in just a second. So let's go to survival. I really invested a lot into the survival tree because this thing is super tanky, and just to boost the baseline values is really helpful. We'll just go check on that real quick. Again, you've got 80 on your right torso, 69 on your left, 100 in your center torso, but look at these values for the structure. 60 in the side torsos, 86 in the center. That is, if you look at the other mechs, that is significantly higher than other mechs. You are a very good tank in the Marauder, every Marauder. So we also go full operations tree again with the cool run and heat containment, just because with the ghost heat of the medium lasers, again, it's not terrible, but you do want to have as much heat limit as possible and as much cooldown so you can keep firing and have better cooldown in between. And then for sensors, we get the 60% radar deprivation, but I really want to figure out how to get this seismic sensor. So if I was going to drop one node, it would be, like I said, either that magazine capacity or potentially like a cooldown node right here, which doesn't affect anything else, and put it into seismic sensor. And you'll see in the game that I post that having the seismic sensor would have been helpful when I was going up against the Atlas. It worked out, but it would have just been more information. And as we know, information is ammunition. So, and finally, the standard for me consumable slot, which I run my normal advanced UAV and cool shot. UAV is, again, really super important for that information warfare, finding out where the enemies are. And the cool shot, this is fairly spicy mech, and it helps to keep firing when you're doing that. So that's the build, everybody. Let's jump into a game and see what we can do.
Target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Just gotta try to stay with the team here.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
I don't know.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Oh, Tim.
Target spotted. Thanks. Target spotted.
Probably should not use the cool shot there, but
Target
okay.
acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
There's plenty in Charlie 3.
Target spotted.
Roger that.
Affirmative.
New target
Target spotted.
acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Center torso on the executioner.
New target acquired.
Right torso on Echo, supernovas.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Not optimal range, but I'm doing some damage.
New target acquired. Heat level critical.
All of that.
25% of the
activated.
enemies are eliminated. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Nice.
New target acquired. AMS ammo at 25%. Warning, incoming missile.
Wow.
We're
New
experiencing
target
some
acquired.
loss. Don't get sloppy out there. Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. The enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing.
Nice.
AMS ammo depleted.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Warning, incoming missile.
We've lost half our force. We can't lose any more
New
soldiers.
target
Target spotted.
acquired.
Where's the alarm boat, guys? Yeah, is the catapult?
Yeah, he's in, looks like Charlie 3, Bravo 3, something like.
Can we stay together for this push, last push?
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Target acquired. Left torso critical damage. Warning, incoming missile. Target destroyed. Right
Yeah,
arm
it's a
critical
catapult.
damage. Target acquired.
Just get
Center
close,
torso
underrun him. Go
critical
below.
damage.
Okay.
Medium laser destroyed.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Heat level critical.
Got it, okay. What, I was stuck on that last.
Fuel at 25%.
Target spotted.
Target
Command to ground
destroyed.
forces.
Good game, guys.
Detecting
Yeah, well
no
done.
hostiles.
Yeah.
Good job, soldier.
3 killing blows, 1 solo kill, 1 KMBD, 762. 8 components destroyed, 177 missiles. That's half a ton of AMS. Not a bad game. Yeah, highest match score. Alright. Not bad. So just a quick recap. At the beginning of the match, I wasn't really sure where to go. I was going to follow Evan Golis because I know he's a really good player. And I started doing that, but I noticed that there was that fire starter that was trying to get behind us and flank us. And while it might have seemed like a chasing the squirrel move, a lot of my team was already there. So just to go in and help finish him off felt like a good idea. And we were then kind of grouped up together already to make a push through. And I feel like that put me in a good position to actually continue pushing. So I was able to get high ground and shoot down at some of the mechs in the canyon area, the Supernova, and eventually the Atlas. And you saw that it would have been nice to see if I could have seen the Atlas on seismic because they shot down my UAV and I wasn't able to see him. But that was another example of using teammates to distract the enemy basically before going in. So as I turned the corner, I saw that people were shooting down that direction, even though I couldn't see where they were shooting. So I knew the Atlas would be distracted. I could kind of go in and shoot off components, which is what I did for both the Atlas as well as that last push when I called for staying together for the final push. I saw lasers and autocannons firing around the corner. So once I saw that, I went around, knew that I wouldn't be the primary target, and shot off some components. I'm not a great shot with the AC-20 all the time, but when it matters, I'm able to get my shot on target and blow up some components. You saw that with both the Supernova at the end, but also the Hellbringer. And it's a really powerful build. It is spicy. I didn't overheat at the end because one of my medium lasers had been destroyed, so I didn't actually get ghost heat on one of those final alphas, and I probably would have, and it would have done some internal damage. So that was kind of lucky. But you notice that the mech takes a lot of damage. It was open cord for a little while, and I still didn't get any of my components shot off, and I was taking a lot of damage. There was one moment where I got alphaed by the Executioner, and he did open up my shoulder, but it was still very yellow and not super orange, even after a full alpha. So it can tank a lot, it gets to where it needs to go, and it can take out components. So hopefully you liked it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you feel like it. Thanks. Have a good day.